सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरि ओम तत्सत। Welcome to Friday evening's Yog Vashisth Satsang. Divine blessings to all. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the scriptures, all the religions, and to the divinity in each one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है, साष्टांग प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, हमारे पवित्र ग्रंथों और शास्त्रों को, सब धर्मों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को। तो चलिए ध्यान करें। लेट अस ऑल टच मदर अर्थ, feel the blessings, the immense blessings each one of us has, countless blessings, and most importantly, we all see the value and importance of सत्संगा। तो सत्संग का महत्व हम सब समझते हैं, जो हमारा कल्याण करने के लिए सक्षम है। सत्संग is the road to our liberation. It is called one of the gatekeepers to the palace of liberation. मुक्ति का द्वारपाल सत्संग है। तो सत्संग से जुड़े रहेंगे तो बहुत कल्याण होता है। With that prayer, thinking of everybody, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतम गमय। May we proceed from the darkness to the light, from the unreal to the real, from the fear of death to knowledge of immortality. May all be peaceful, may all be healthy, may all be safe, and may no one suffer. सबका कल्याण हो। So with that prayer, let us get the blessings of our beloved master Swami JyotirmayAnanda ji Maharaj. उनका भी हम आशीर्वाद ले लें गुरु जी का, और फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं। Swami ji says, blessed self adorations, Divyatman pranam, Ashirvad. In your thoughts, think of the glory of God. तो अपने विचारों में भगवान और ईश्वर का अनंत शक्ति और उसकी सत्ता देखिए। Let your mind be occupied with the divine majesty that permeates this creation. तो सोचिए वो क्या नहीं कर सकते, उनकी कृपा से क्या सब कुछ बना है। Due to God's grace, we see this majestic world. It is His presence in everything. Not only does He create, He also becomes that. Do not keep your mind always involved in the ordinary chores of life of yesterday, today and tomorrow. तो केवल अपने आप को सांसारिक कार्यों में व्यस्त मत रखिए, और अधिक आवश्यक है कि अपना कल्याण के लिए प्रयास कीजिए। So important to realize the true purpose of your life. Lifting your mind beyond all this, learn the art of meditation, of internal surrender to God, of prayerfulness. तो अपने मन को उठाकर अपना उद्धार कीजिए। कैसे? ध्यान से, शरणागति से और प्रार्थना से। So that is how we control the mind, through regular practice of our effort. Regularly, meditation is a very powerful tool for our progress. ध्यान करना हमारी आत्मा के लिए एक बहुत ही आवश्यक अंग है जिससे हमारा तीव्र कल्याण होता है। और शरणागति से, सरेंडरिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इफ वी constantly argue or refute or resist, we will not grow. In order to grow, we have to become flexible, like the grass that is on the, it's so flexible. When the flood comes, it bows down, then it comes back up. Nothing happens. Big trees get uprooted in that. तो ये उस भगवान की, उस ईश्वर की कृपा है सब पर. If you understand that the divine hand is always operating for your own good, then अगर आप समझ लेंगे कि ये दिव्य शक्ति आपके कल्याण के लिए कार्य कर रही है, then your joys and sorrows, all your joys and sadness, adversity, prosperity, day, night, pairs of opposites that you face, all become beckoning lights leading to enlightenment. तो सबका अपना अपना कार्य है. मे गॉड ब्लेस यू, योर्स इन द लॉर्ड स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंदा. तो ईश्वर आप पर कृपा करे और सबका कल्याण हो. दिस इज अ वेरी profound message that adversity and prosperity both are needed to lift us up, to pull us, expose us to the challenges so we can then grow. Resistance makes us stronger. So, all these steps are needed. That's why God gives it to us. Sometimes we argue, why am I suffering? Why is this pain coming to me? Why? So, the theory of karma is very complex, complicated. So, it is not such a simple thing that we can answer quickly by saying, oh, it is like this, it is like this. Each scenario, each soul has to go through countless embodiments till we wake up. So, in those embodiments, we are doing something, either good or bad, just like now, right now. Some are listening to Satsang and some may be partying. It's Friday evening here and it's early Saturday morning, and Mark G is here, it's 4:30 a.m. Shankar Ji is here, it's 4 a.m. or whatever time in London and Germany and Europe. So you are sacrificing, and others have the opportunity and they miss it. I don't have time, I'm busy, this, that. So each soul is accountable for their own life, because in a human body we have intellect. Bhagwan ने हमको बुद्धि दिया है. With that intellect we can make right decisions that can help us from this cycle of life and death. We can pull ourselves out, but it won't happen automatically. अपने आप नहीं होगा. We have to work for it and we have to put in our effort. Then a guru comes, then the right teachers come, then the right scriptures will come. Everything will magically start to happen in your life if you are sincere, if you are pure, if you want to grow internally and externally. Everything will work out. But if you just listen to the satsang, then forget about it, nothing will happen. It is still better than not listening, but much more better, much profounder impact is when you implement it, even a little bit. Tons of theory, ounce of practice. So with this, before we do our kirtan, I do want to say I'm so happy that Yogini Urmila ji has started this new group on Facebook, Sanatana Dharma Integral Yoga. So this is for serious aspirants only. We are not going to post a lot of things or a lot of it's not about numbers. We don't want a lot of volume, but we want serious aspirants who want to follow these teachings of Swami JyotirmayAnanda ji's and our deep knowledge and messages like we discuss here in Yoga Vashistha and other places. So it is wonderful, commendable. It just started 2 days ago, and already I can see a lot of people are showing interest. And Mark David G, I don't know if you are yet a member or not, or I don't know if you go on Facebook. I think you do. So if you are there, please, I think you would be a very wonderful resource for many. And you can also, because you have good questions, and you can also join that because it is for serious aspirants. And Yogini ji, you had asked me the question uh, about putting a Q&A section there. I think that's a fantastic idea. Without answering questions, we cannot grow. So we have to encourage that. I will say that between in the community itself, you have yourself, Priyaji, Kishore Harcharanji, even Mark David, if he'll regularly become part of this group and other things. All of you are serious souls, beautiful. Shankarji also, and Sadashiva. Sadashivaji is sometimes, he's always working, so he's not as regular, but also he is a beautiful soul. All of you, but especially Yogini ji, you, Priya ji, and 3 4 of you who have been doing this for in a deep way. You, I would say, you start answering questions if you already know the answer. Don't wait for Swami Lalita Priyananda ji or myself to respond. I think that will increase your and I will review all the answers, and if I think something needs to be tweaked or changed, I will gently chime in also. But if there is a question that is you don't feel comfortable answering, by all means let us know, and we will one of us will answer it, either Swami Lalita Priyananda ji or myself. But we want this group to flourish because there is so much disinformation in this world, so many people having so many misconceptions, that we need this purity. And it's not about posting pictures and songs and articles, no political stuff, only spiritual stuff, and only on the teachings that we are doing. So very controlled process. We don't want quantity, just good quality. So great work, Yogini ji. May you continue to grow, and with Priya ji and all of you, beautiful effort. I'm very happy because this is how we do Jnana Yajna. We light one candle, and then one lit candle lights other candles. So that is what we have to do. This knowledge belongs to each of us. It's not proprietary. So whatever I say, whatever I do, freely use it, freely. There is no copywriting or this that. I don't believe in that. Our goal is to share with as many people. And I also do want to say something very important here, that I don't know, some religions are more structured and more strict, where they say, oh, if you are coming into our religion, you have to leave yours and then you come. Here, this is not even a religion. This is Sanatana Dharma, meaning it's a way of life. Everybody is welcome, whether you are a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or a Hindu or a whatever you are. It doesn't matter. Sanatan Dharam mein sab kuch hai. It has everything. Whether you believe in dualistic, fine. Non-dualistic, fine. Whether you believe in with God with attributes or without attributes, fine. Everything is part of, already included. There are Upanishads, there are Puranas, there are deep stories, duality, devotion. Integral yoga covers everything. Yoga is not a religion, it's simply a way to connect to God. ये समझना बहुत important है. So for example, important thing is that you don't have to, if you are a Christian, you don't have to leave your religion to join Sanatana Dharma. You can be a good Christian, continue to pray to Jesus and learn what is being taught here, because it's the same knowledge that is deep, except the roots are very deep. If you Google it, you will find out this is a timeless religion, one of the oldest. From it only came Buddhism. From Hinduism, well, we call it Hinduism, like I was saying to Yogini ji. I prefer the term Sanatana Dharma because that is the root. Then, of course, if somebody asks you what religion, people say, I'm a Hindu, that's fine. It's okay. We don't want to be radically saying, no, I'm a Sanatani only. That's fine because that's the general term people use. But the real base is timeless. Sanatan, timeless, dharma, ethical values. That is the English translation of Sanatana Dharma. So it is not ritualistic. इसमें बहुत हमें रूढ़ीवादिता कुछ नहीं करना है. So I just wanted to take these moments to appreciate all the hard work being done by all of you. Continue it, and please let us know, Yogini ji, if you think of any other thoughts or suggestions, and may you be a great instrument. This is all Jnana Yagya. We all become instruments when we participate together. So before we, okay, so let's do the Kirtan, and then I will answer the question that Mark David ji had asked last week, and then we will start Yog Vashisht. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां शरवण भव पाहि मां कार्तिकेय रक्ष मां जय सरस्वती पाहि मां श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम चिद गुरु चिद घन गुरु चिन्मय गुरु ओम जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा शंकराचार्य शिवानंदा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिव 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 शिवाय नमः ओम हर 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 नमः शिवाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते रामचंद्राय हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे आंजनेय पाहि मां हनुमंता रक्ष मां ओम शक्ति पाहि मां ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति रक्ष मां आदि शक्ति महाशक्ति पराशक्ति पाहि मां इच्छा शक्ति क्रिया शक्ति ज्ञान शक्ति रक्ष मां गंगा रानी पाहि मां भागीरथी रक्ष मां हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. So before we start Yog Vashisht and continue our journey, let us pick up the question that Mark David had asked last Friday, and we had run out of time. So the question was, how can we turn negative karma into positive? Question mark. I believe in forgiveness lies the stoppage of the wheel of karma. So very good question, Markji. And um, question is deep. How can we turn negative karmas into positive? As we know, um, we have taken birth over. This birth is not our only birth. We have been going through a countless journey. How many births? Who knows? Countless lives. So in every one of those, we have had opportunity to do good deeds and bad deeds also, and mixed. So that's why this is called Mrityu Loka, because we are a mixture. That's why we have anger, jealousy, hatred, but we also have love, compassion, kindness. So it's a mixture. And when we have a negative karma, the karma is like a calf of a cow. You know, it will come get you. Somewhere, some point in time, it will get you. So the theory of karma, karma will come and go. But if you want to convert negative karmas into positive, the best thing to do is increase your sattva a lot. Karma will still take its effect, but what you are doing here is you are increasing the positive force. Just like in mathematics they teach you, plus 1 minus 1, result is 0. But if you have minus 1 and minus 1, the result is minus 2. So that is very bad. So that is going to affect our future embodiments, this embodiment. Plus you will have to deal with it. So negative karma, positive karma, just please understand, whenever a karma comes, there is nothing much that can be done. So if somebody is born without eyes, he's born that way. It was a negative karma that created that scenario, and there is not much that can be done about that. But the soul can do other good things and develop their other skills and so on. So some karmas are difficult. If they are fructified, if they have already emerged, then you have to accept them. That is what we call adversity, isn't it? Difficulty, poverty, struggle, stress, accidents, all those are through negative karmas. But if you are doing a lot of positive karmas, good actions, good deeds, helping people, kindness, compassion, and you are doing it not just at the surface level, but you have increased the intensity, then what is it, like a magnet, you are pulling a lot of positivity within you. So therefore the negative karmas take a back seat. That's why positive thinking is so important. We did a book on it on our YouTube channel, right? Art of Positive by from Swamiji. I narrated it, the art of positive thinking and the art of positive feeling. Because when you are positive, you are doing good things, you are nullifying the negative karma. So that's how you turn them into positive, by increasing your positive. Otherwise, there is no way you can take a karma that is already bad and turn it into something good. Why? Because it's already done. It's already done. If you have sown a thorn and we expect a mango to come out of it, it won't. Only thorns will come. But you can plant 10 more mango trees, and now you have a lot more mangoes to enjoy also. That's the way to be positive and turn your negative karmas into positive. Increase the ratio. That's basically what we are saying. So if you have a little bit of salt, you put a lot of water and the salt will get diluted. That's how. But then you are saying, I believe in forgiveness lies the stoppage of the wheel of karma. That is partially true. It's not entirely true, because forgiveness is a virtue, right? It's a beautiful quality. Not everybody can forgive everyone. So those who forgive, and Jesus did that, right? Even at the cross he said, God forgive them, for they do not know what they do. So that is, hardly anybody today does that, right? I mean, very few people there must be on earth, when they are being crucified, even then he had compassion and forgiveness. So very nice. But the way Sanatana Dharma looks at a stoppage of the wheel of karma, if you want to stop it, then you have to convert these karmas into akarma. Actions have to be totally burnt up. Only then, because if a seed has potency, it will germinate. And there are many virtues. Forgiveness is one big virtue, but so is love, so is compassion, so is charity, so is all these things are combined. And therefore, the cycle of life and death, if you want to terminate, because only then will you get enlightened, which is also meaning the same thing, stopping the wheel of karma. Otherwise, birth or death, because the karma is still in seed form. But suppose you turn those seeds and burn them now, or make them into popcorns, now you enjoy them, because if they fall, nothing's going to germinate, and you are snacking and you're enjoying your movie also. You are not worried about it. But if they are potent seeds, then if they are thorns, then thorns will emerge, cactus will come out. Or if they are fruits, then good things. So this is exactly what happens. People who do a lot of good, they go to heaven and they enjoy more congenial and comfortable circumstances, but they do come back, and then they have to continue the journey till they get till they burn all the karmas and turn it into a karma, till they basically get enlightened. That's what we are trying to say. So that is the answer to this question. That yes, that's why I said it's partially correct. It is correct, because you will have to build a lot of positivity, and then even that has to go away. Think of uh, virtue. Why do we say there is virtue and vice, right? These are nouns and adjectives, or whatever we have created. We have created these qualities because there is vice. To counteract vice, we say there is virtue. Because there is day, to counteract the day, we say there is night, isn't it? So that is why we have these dualities. Because there is untruth, therefore we say there is truth. Otherwise everything should be truth only, everything should be that divine power. So these are all context related things. But when you turn sattva, so we say the three gunas, right? We always talk about it deeply. Three gunas are everywhere in Sanatan Dharma. It's like your blood inside your body. These three gunas, everybody has it. Saints have it, sinners have it, everybody. So the tamas needs to go convert into rajas, rajas into sattva. Eventually sattva also has to go away, but first you have to get to the sattva state and then sublimate it. Then that is called a karma. So the theory, mathematically, the solution becomes karma plus vikarma equals akarma. Akarma means non-action, and that's what is called the stopping the wheel of karma. And when that happens, no more birth, no more death, no more worry. You are then, at that point, you are enlightened. You don't have to come back. Even the souls who don't get jivan mukti, meaning that they are not enlightened while alive, they will also continue to go up and up and up and up till they merge into divinity. They will not come back. It's just the normal people, middle ground people, who are doing good and bad combined, or who do a lot of good but want a lot of good in return? So that is the answer to your question. Very complicated, complex, but if you have further questions on that, feel free to comment. And these are the kind of questions I think will help a lot of people on Yogini ji's website or group that she has created, because a lot of people have these questions. So very good, David ji. I hope I've answered your question. um, and we will now move to Yog Vashisht. So, Yog Vashisht, we are on Nirvan Pakarna, volume number 6, section 193. We are getting close to the end, and then we will start this from the beginning. So, Nirvan means mukti, liberation, self realization. That's what you will continue to hear in these satsangas. There is nothing new. Same old stuff, same old wine in different new bottles. That's all. Because spirituality is all about your spirit connecting with divinity, with divine spirit. And that journey is called your journey to Godhead, to self realization. So, this is what Sage Vasistha is doing with his disciple, none other than Lord Rama. Lord Rama is 16, 15, 16 years old, and he is getting this knowledge from his Guruji. So, here uh, Lord Rama is saying, the very world which shines as real for the ignorant becomes non existent for the enlightened. See, same things they will see. Even an enlightened sage has to eat, even he will grow old, even he will die. Same for an ignorant person also. So, then what's the difference? The difference is one knows that it's unreal, the other one thinks it is real. That's the difference. One is the director of the movie, so he knows where the tomato is being used for blood and all that. Another person is just like looking at it for the first time with different view and very enchanted with the whole movie. But the director has the inner workings. He knows what is going on, how the movie is jumbled up. You record the last scene first and then the first scene and so on, and then you put it together in a sequence, isn't it? That is what we are talking here. The enlightened sages know the difference, whereas the ignorant don't know it. Or if they know it intellectually only. Intellectually. Just heard it, read it, or um, just say, yeah, 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 I know. That's not how you know. You know by practicing it. Then only. So, though outwardly an enlightened sage seems to be as engrossed in action as the ignorant, yet he is endowed with the vision of non duality. So, these are subtle, subtle points to learn, to pick up, that that's what Advait means, non duality means, that he has transcended to that stage where he can see both. He can see non duality and duality. These sages and saints, that's why we say there are very few enlightened people on planet Earth. And anybody who tells you otherwise, anybody who says, I'll give you quick enlightenment, run away from that place, because that is probably not going to be the right spot for you, because they're more interested probably in um, in other things that you have. So, blind leading the blind, this world is full of those people. And then there are people who will entice you with the siddhis, miracles. They will make the hand smell like a flower, like a rose flower, or they'll show you something will emerge. All that is distraction, failures. These people who have wasted 15, 20 years of their life getting this siddhi, and now they are basically trying to get some disciples so they can earn money and do this and do that. It's a wasted life. They are not liberated souls. They are simply lost souls. Yes, they did the discipline at one point. and then they attained the siddhi, but then they couldn't digest the siddhi. Their ego took over and they lost the way. That's why all senior and all serious gurus and teachers and saints will tell you, don't get stuck in all these things. These are like rest area stoppage points only. You don't stop at the rest area and park your car and sleep there overnight. You have a long distance to go. So take a break for sure and then move on. That is what we have to do. So they're ignorant, world is ignorant, but these sages and saints, enlightened sages, they are not. Yet he is endowed with the vision of non-dual. He can see both, whereas the worldly people are only seeing one thing. What are they seeing? The world is real. This is my wife, this is my clothes, these are my cars, this is my job, this is what I like to do, this is what I don't like to do. Who is this I? Who is this I that likes and doesn't like? When though that kind of questioning starts, then the journey to spirituality begins. तो ऐसा ही है इस मार्ग पे, सरल मार्ग नहीं है, सबके लिए नहीं है. तो इसके लिए हमें प्रयास करना है, साधना करना है, भक्ति करना है और शुद्धता के साथ जीना है, प्योरिटी. जस्ट एज अ वेव subsides in the ocean, so too the erroneous vision of duality subsides in his enlightened mind. Waves will continue, you see, they will not stop. The life continues. They will also feel hungry, they will also have to react, they will also outwardly do things, but inwardly, think of the wave, two waves. One wave is ignorant, one wave is enlightened. To the world, they look the same, don't they? They look exactly the same waves. They are, and both will crash. Both are coming on, both are coming on and going in. So back to the ocean. One who is enlightened knows, that wave knows, I am this ocean. I am not this wave. I am simply a modification of this ocean. I am simply frillicking and frolicking, but I am really the ocean. I'm gonna go back into it. So for her, there is no sorrow. The other wave is frightened. Oh, I'm going up, I'm coming down. Oh, that wave is bigger than me. How did that happen? Why did that happen? That's what we are doing in this world also. This person is more knowledgeable, or he is this, he is that. Ultimately, they are all waves. We are all waves, and we'll all collapse. But the one who knows doesn't have fear, and the one who doesn't thinks it's real. That's why he doesn't want to lose, change, do anything different. So the burning days of misery are over. The blessed nights of liberation puts an end to the sorrows of the world, and the soul enjoys eternal rest. After all, we have very advanced sadhaks here. Some of them, like Priyaji, has been doing this with Babaji for what she said, 4 decades, and some people have been doing it all their life since very young. So these are chosen souls. Not everybody can do it. So when you get that desire, that and you start enjoying the journey, then you are finding the peace. You can see, like from a distance you see the Himalayas. Now you can see the mountain peak. You still have to get there, but now you are seeing it. So versus the map, you are no longer on the map now. You have taken the flight, you have reached there, you are in the car on the way. So now then there will be this actual climb. See, some of them are actually climbing, some of them are on different peaks. This is what the journey is. Each soul is at their level. This is not a competition. This is not, I know better than you, or you know this or that. Those kind of people will not be successful on this journey, because this journey is one of keeping quiet, observing, learning, listening, and then doing the best we can, following these teachings. High, deep knowledge. So that is the journey of the waves. And then When you get liberation, the misery becomes extinct, gone. Nothing can bother you. Well, does that mean that they'll never get sick or they'll never die? No, that doesn't mean that. It simply means that they view the body like you view your car. When your car goes bad, oh, your insurance claim, this, that, and you get another one. Or if you know you're upset for a couple days, then you get another one, you're fine. Then you even enjoy the new one. Forget about the old one. Much in the same way, that is it. They view this body like a drum. To them it's simply a tool to express and to, but they become more powerful. Ramakrishna Paramhans had throat cancer. So many saints have diseases. So many die very young. Vivekananda was only 39. Shankaracharya ji was only 32 when they he departed after doing so much work that thousands of intellectual people today combined with all this technology and knowledge cannot do. And at that time there was not enough, not even enough paper and things like that, very limited. And he walked across India, left to right, top to bottom, and everywhere he stopped and guided people. So just imagine what one soul can do. So never tell others that, oh, I'm nothing, I don't know anything. You are the architect of your destiny. If you, one person can make a big difference, and then others follow too. Just an idea, when you take an idea and you convert it, and like souls start joining in, miracles will happen. So though apparently involved in birth, death, old age, and manifold sufferings of the world, a sage is beyond them. This is what I just explained to you. So externally, some foolish person who is a worldly person will say, oh, look at that. What did he do? All his life he was doing spiritual work, and now he's got cancer, he's sick, he's that, he's this, he's that. What was the point? He wasted his life. Well, where is that coming from? Coming from an ignorant viewpoint, right? Because he doesn't know, he cannot get into the sage's mind to see what zenith, where he is, at what mountain height he has already reached, where he is beyond life and death. But since it's not visible externally, they only look at the skin drooping or the disease coming up or the poverty, and that's how the world judges you, unfortunately. It's like the blind leading the blind. That's why most people, what do they want? Oh, Swamiji, I need kids, I need more money, I need a better job, I need this, or my boyfriend ditched me, or this happened, or that happened. That's it. We are living in a very artificial life which appears real, but because we have not done satsanga, we have not had time for these things, we are sticking to those things as our reality. And the minute something happens to that reality, our world shatters. Something happens to your beloved or this, that, if you are not strong, people don't come out of grief, some of them. They, after years you talk to them, still tears will well up. They don't know, they can't handle life. I mean, it's because uh, you have never prepared for the journey. If you prepare for the journey, you will already know. Like a good gardener, you tend to the flowers, you love them, you water them, you feed them, you nourish them. And how long will a rose last? Will it last forever? 1 week, 5 days? But that fragrance is what matters. Quality in life matters much more than quantity. That's what, so he doesn't, he loves all of them, but yet he is detached. That's how we should be. Love everybody, but internally know that this is all maya. Maya means illusion. Illusion, maya jal hai. So he abides in that state where there is neither ignorance nor delusion. For advanced souls, when we are talking about enlightened people, also advanced sadhaks come in that category because they have transcended. They are almost at the point where the world is no longer pulling them. But you have to get to that point of beyond gravity. Although not fully enlightened yet, but can you see the mountain? Can you feel the cold breeze? Are you on the right runway? Have you taken the right tickets? If you have done all those things, don't worry. The destination has to come. God is watching your every move, whether you realize it or not, you know it or not. This is a foolproof, perfect system. The divine plan, not even a leaf will fall on your head without divine planning. So there is precision, there is exactness, there is love, and everything we do, every step we take, He knows. So, sincere souls who are genuine will be on the right path. They will not be misled because God will not let it happen. He will not let it happen. Like somebody was sharing, I think it was Priyaji sharing in the thing, that first she got, she saw these groups and that till she found her master. Why did she not get attracted there? She could have. So many people do. Because their God didn't want her to fall astray. She had already done that tapasya before. You have also done it. Otherwise, you would not come back. These teachings are not easy for everybody to digest. जब तक आपका पाचन शक्ति नहीं है, तब तक आप इसको हजम नहीं कर पाओगे. This is deep knowledge. So, but this is what they go through, and this is what is a yardstick for you also, that when you do attain self realization or enlightenment, this is what you need to go through. And if you, or you will experience all the scriptures, whether you read Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads or Yoga Vashisht, they are consistent. Different teachings, very different, from different teachers to different masters. Krishna to Arjuna, Nachiketa to Yama, and here Rama to his guru, Vashistha. But the essence will not change. It cannot change. It is the same truth, one truth expressed differently in different ways, shapes, forms, but the same truth. The same water, if it evaporates, it becomes moisture. When when you condense it, it becomes water, and when you freeze it, it becomes ice. Same water, it becomes solid. Ice is solid, tamasic. Water is activity, rajas, and steam is sattva, purity. So, but the water is the same. Therefore, we have to understand that these states of pure Brahman are beyond most people's comprehension. That's why they like worldly pleasures and these joys and trinklets of comforts and this, that. These are simply a glitter of the divinity, divine spirit. Call it the Holy Ghost, call it the Atma, call it the consciousness. That light is doing everything. So, whatever you like or whatever your attractions are in the world, know that you are looking in the wrong place, misguided. You are looking at the reflection. The real thing is not in the product, it's not in the nice car you just bought. It will give you fun for a little bit, and after that, it will you'll get bored again, you'll want something else, because you're not looking at the right spot, which is within you. Within you lies the fountain of Brahman. O sage, this is Lord Rama talking. O sage, by your grace I have attained enlightenment. So remember, this takes many years to fully comprehend and understand the scripture. So here Lord Rama has reached the conclusion, so therefore he is now enlightened. This is what happens with a right guru and a right disciple. Magic happens because both are working hard. Guru also has to work very hard. Disciple has to do the follow the actions, just like then there is friction, and through that friction there is light. From that light there is enlightenment. All my erroneous notions have subsided. So, how many questions was Lord Rama asking? So many questions. What about this? What about this? Why not this? Why this? Was all for our benefit and his own validation also. So, now no more questions. Only two people don't have questions. One who doesn't know anything. So he says, what should I ask? I don't know. I hope I don't look stupid. What should I ask? So he keeps quiet, doesn't ask anything. Then the other one is who already knows everything. He's the one teaching the class. So he knows what is he going to ask. He knows. So therefore, for satsang is for all of us in between people who are suspended in different shapes and forms, different tracks, but all going to the same destination. Otherwise, it cannot be a satsang. It's a satsang that everybody wants to know the truth. Some are in early stages, some are in the middle stages, some are in the advanced stages, but everybody is thirsty for that knowledge. So great. So so those who are in the early stages should not try to rush very much. They have to understand the person who has reached the advanced stage has 20, 30 years of effort he has already done. You are just starting out. So be patient, wait, and do it with enjoy the journey, and you too will get there. All my erroneous notions have subsided. Now the three worlds have become nothing but the self. Everything is the self. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. For the sake of the self only, everything looks attractive. When we look at a beautiful face or a beautiful camera or a beautiful item or nice movie, whatever we are trying to do, whatever external thing you are liking, is because of the light within you. The self is within you. Through that refracted light only you are seeing everything. Just like when you say today the sun did not come. Why do you say? Because you cannot see the sun. You cannot feel the rays. It's not hot. You can't see it. So you say, today the sun didn't come. But I would say, think again. Sun came, but you cannot see it because it's daylight. Don't you think the sun is there? Because you can see the clouds, obviously the sun is there. Do you see clouds at 3 p.m. am, dark at night, 2 a.m.? Do you see anything? You can't even see what's like 3 feet down. Forget about the stars and all that. So this is what it is. The sun, the fact that you are seeing the clouds is evidence that the sun is reflecting on the clouds, and that therefore you can see the clouds. Then what happens? Suddenly the clouds move away. Oh, look, the sun has arrived. It was always there, but now it has given you uh, darshan, valid proof. So now you say, oh yeah, now I feel the heat. Huh? So, like the vast sky bereft of the clouds of illusion. So, this is what happens to enlightened people. Their illusion is all gone. Like the clouds are dispersed, the sun shines clearly. With the blossoming of knowledge, this world turns into Brahman. When the knowledge comes, that knowledge, which knowledge? Not the PhD knowledge, not the knowledge to become doctors and scientists and engineers and successful business people in the world. Not that one. That is called apara vidya. Not that I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying it's not the knowledge that will take you to enlightenment. It will make you successful in the world. You will have a good home, a good wife, probably, and this, that, but even that's not guaranteed. So many people with money are so unhappy, isn't it? So, where the shoe pinches, only they know. Externally, it looks very good. So, there is nothing to be happy about in this world. It's all transient. Everything has to come to an end. Many Alexanders have come and gone. Many, countless. Many Taj Mahals have been built and eventually they say it's becoming black now. So you see, this is all time and space. And the person who built it, who once was so rich, was imprisoned all his life by his own son only. All he had to do was eat chana, those chickpeas, all his life. And he was a king at one point. His own son imprisoned him. That is the story. So, this world is very unpredictable. I was never different from what I am in the state of enlightenment. So, Lord Rama says, before I was ignorant of my nature, but now I am established in my very self. That is the difference. एक सिंहासन चढ़ चले एक बंधे जंजीर, which means in this very embodiment some of us will go and become monarchs, have kingdoms, freedom, enlightenment, and others will be bound by chains of birth and death, or may even go into lower embodiments based on the karma. Same life given to everybody, what somebody does with it is important. Karma, action, which is going back to Mark's question, whether it is good or bad, will come and fructify. That's it. How you react to it, mind you, matters. How you react to it. If you resist, you don't want it, you don't like it, now you are complaining, that karma becomes stubborn. It will bother you more, and you have not purged it out. So therefore it will linger on. But if you submit to the doctor, like you go, okay, you have your surgery, yeah, it will hurt a little, okay, doctor, go ahead, do what you need to do. Let me give you anesthesia. So you'll submit. But if you resist and you don't get it done, it will become more painful. That is what happens with the karma also. Theory of action and reaction. So, how you react is up to you. The karma will not give you 1 inch more problem than what is needed. That's it. Same thing for punya, same thing for papa. Papa is sin and punya is a merit, good action. So then when you are established in the self, so externally everything looks the same for a dull person and for an enlightened person. All my desires have dissolved. I have attained nirvana. Says who? Lord Ramachandra. Lord Rama. I have attained nirvana. Nirvana means no more birth and death. Cycle has terminated. The bus has reached the terminal. No more changes from here. That's it. So all my doubts have dissolved. Only so when your questions are answered, first he didn't know what to ask, now he doesn't have anything to ask. That is the journey of enlightenment, from knowing nothing to knowing everything. And then questions stop. I abide in the self without the least distraction. I am the infinite self. This I am is consciousness. Here, Lord Rama is not talking about his body or hands or consciousness, self. I am all this as well as the cessation of all this. Since I alone exist, meaning everything is me. For enlightened people, they don't see duality. Doesn't mean that they don't practically understand what duality is. They know what it is. They know that I and you are, we have to interact differently or talk differently. They know all that. But internally, essence they know is the same. For example, a potter that is making pots will make a mug, he'll make a plate, and he'll make a cup, and he'll make different things from the same mud. Mud has not changed, but the appearance of the pot has changed. Utility of the pot has changed. So, like you'll drink tea in your cup and you'll eat food in your plate, not vice versa. Much in the same way, but yet when they both break, what happens? It turns into mud again only, because that's all it is, nothing else. So they are untouched by the troubles of the world process, which are mere appearances. Even their body becomes a witness to an enlightened person. So he views it when it has disease, when it has trouble, it just views it from a suspended view. Okay, body, go ahead, finish it off, and then come back. I have known that which is worth knowing. Come back meaning, when you talk to me, I'm listening to you, not coming back ever again. They are already enlightened, they will never come back. But they are talking to their body as if you are talking to your child, or as if you are talking to a third person. Ram Tirth, Swami Ram Tirth, you may have heard of him. Actually, he belonged to our family lineage. Now that we are all saints, it doesn't matter what our old last names were and what not, but we came from a Brahmana family, and so did Swami Ram Tirth, who was very poverty stricken but deeply enlightened soul. Very young, he also passed away in his early 30s, like Vivekananda. He also came to San Francisco and America and did amazing lectures. He mesmerized the whole world and all that. But that's what these sages and saints do. And he would guide people with a lot of authority, boldly. So I have known that which is worth knowing. Because once you know, if you know what you have, you don't have to worry about others. You don't have to worry about what somebody will think. Why? Because you already know. You have no doubt. You have no confusion. You don't have to look at the other person to see what he's doing. You, others will follow you. You are genuine. If you are genuine, fragrance will come out of you. And when that happens, automatically things, that doesn't mean you will not struggle or you will not have hardships. You will. Look at Hanumanji's life. All his life he did Lord Rama's work, difficult to difficult things, all problems, but everything would get settled, everything would get done because of the blessings and his self effort also. He did phenomenal things that we can't even think about. Much in the same way, when you take a sankalpa, when you start to do something, the divine energy will push you and it will not let you go in the wrong direction. You will be guided, you will be tested, just like a goldsmith who is testing the gold. He'll throw acid on you, or he'll test you, he'll shine you, and this and that, because this journey is for the purest of the pure. It's not for the masses. For the masses, they are stuck. They will talk very good things, g, ha, 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 but internally, it's all very limited. Then that's fine also, because each soul has to go through their own journey. सबको अपना अपना यात्रा पकड़ना है. कोई बस कहीं उतरेगा, कोई कोई स्टेशन कहीं और आएगा, बस. So I have attained the bliss of liberation, which is beyond the reach of ignorance. Lord Rama, because liberation means bliss. They are synonymous terms. It says, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham na alpam sukham asti. Bhuma is known as unbounded bliss. So that therein lies real rest, real comfort. Anything less? No, because anything less will be taken away. Even if you had a life of 1,000,000 years, what is 1,000,000 years in this world of time and space that is going through so many world systems, so many Milky Ways, billions of years have passed? What is 1,000,000? We think it's a lot. And what is 100? So you have to see that it's not the the quantity, what you put in. It's not the it's not the hours you put in, it's what you put into the hours, right? So many people you see, oh, I've been working 15-hour days, I'm working, and productivity is nothing. And then there are people who meditate and strong, they do the same thing 50 times better in half the time. Why? Because focus, concentration, clarity, bliss, that is what happens. So every dimension of your life should improve if you are a good sadhaka. Then only you will know that they are authentic disciples and authentic masters. Otherwise, like blind leading the blind, you don't want to work hard and he wants some miracles done and he wants your money. So how will, what will happen? So all the evils of the world have fled from my view automatically, because genuine fragrance and genuine effort is rewarded through the divine plan. And once you get it, mind you, it is irreversible. Irreversible. Such is the reward that no sorrow can ever bother you again. Your body may be on fire, but internally you will be cool as a cucumber. I know right now this may seem very paradoxical, that how is this even possible, but it is. Such is the state of enlightenment, that that's what happened to Christ and everybody during crucifixion, because they go into a different zone where the body becomes simply a tool. The self has revealed itself, and death, duality, and sufferings have vanished forever. See, this is the hide and seek that we are playing with the self, right? The Atman, the self has revealed itself, meaning enlightenment. When the self has revealed itself, meaning now you are seeing the light that is generating the light through that consciousness. You, your ego is getting stimulated, your intellect, then your mind, then your senses, then your objects that you see, all that is happening through a diffused light of the consciousness only, but it gets refracted like the rainbow. You ask the sun, hey, do you know you make rainbows? He'll say, I don't know, I'm just generating my heat. But what all does not happen because of that? Beautiful orange sun, pink sun, red sun, white sun, and different rainbows effects and different hues of sceneries that the philosophers talk about, painters paint. So that's what happens. The ocean doesn't care all the depth that goes into it, what kind of waves and so on. So that is that state that you reveal, and death, duality, and sufferings have vanished forever. Meaning, if somebody is coming back and again they are frustrated and angry, know for sure that enlightenment hasn't finally arrived yet. Twinkles, little glimmers of enlightenment are there, but for stability, are you, it's not whether you can fly or not, it's not it's not whether you can rise 2 inches above your asana and meditate when you levitate. Now I'm a levitating saint. What will that do if you levitate, suppose? So that is all masses, for the masses, to confuse the masses. You are not the masses, you are the chosen few. Just the few. You don't need too many. Just a few people can change the world. So march on, all of you sacrificing. We recognize it, you're sacrificing. It's not easy to wake up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning when the sleep is the most comfortable. But once you get addicted, then you understand the benefit and you don't mind doing it. That's what qualifies you as a serious aspirant, meaning you are ready to give up comforts. And the more you do sadhana, the more you do intense practice, the more you go into your spiritual journey, the more the world will start appearing as unreal. If that is not happening yet, work harder, because it will. There is no other way. No other way. That's called dispassion or vairagya. Vairagya should come, but that doesn't mean that you run away from the world. When vairagya comes, you say, okay, now I'm going to the Himalayas for 10 years. That's not the answer. The answer is you learn how to act properly, enjoy, talk to everybody lovingly, smilingly, be practical, offer solutions. Most of these sages and saints are very productive. Huh? I haven't read the biography yet, Priyaji, if you are listening, but I do know that Babaji was a very, her Guruji was very active. He would always like do his meditation, and then he would do construction, build temples, do this, do that. And all sages and saints are doing that. Doing Jnana Yagya or writing books or giving this knowledge. Anybody who wants them, they are giving themselves even at the cost of discomfort to them. That's who they are. So don't expect um, them to be sitting in some comfortable spot. They go out of their way to help everybody, to help humanity, to guide others. And these are the signs, symbols of advanced souls. So if you are able to handle stressful situations with love and grace without getting angry, and now compare it. That's why people who write diaries, who write their notes, they can actually track it, how they have transformed their entire being. You are no longer the same person you used to be a few years ago. If you are following it seriously, you will see it. You are your own proof, your own evidence, and the world will see it also through your fragrance, through your sincerity. They know that what is real. Artificial flowers, no matter how beautiful they look, they cannot generate the freshness and the smell. So that you need to do. That's who you really are. So with this we conclude the satsanga today. Continue your journey with love and faith, and may Lord Rama, Sage Vashistha, our Guru Swami JyotirmayAnanda ji, and us, all of us here, blessings. Continue knowing that every day you are getting closer to your goal, but don't be in a rush. Enjoy the juice, enjoy the journey, enjoy the meal, smell the flowers along the way, go through both hardships and prosperity with equanimity. Learn to smile under both circumstances. Those are the signs of enlightened people. They don't have a big medal, or they suddenly don't get a third head to say, okay, I'm enlightened, or they don't disappear. So they are in this world, and they are simply doing, just their being is a blessing to the universe. Just their, even if they don't say any word, not even a word, their fragrance is permeating. So next week we will study section 194. Sri Rama continues to describe his state of enlightenment. Why is it being done? So you and I can learn that these are the signs we should see. Have doubts? Go to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka 55 to 72. Everything Lord Krishna, Arjuna asks, how does an enlightened person sit? How does he talk? How does he walk? What does he do? Wah, 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 wah. All these questions worldly people have. So Lord Krishna is answering that in very beautiful detail. Here Lord Rama is saying, I am experiencing all these things. So no longer am I hypothesizing, no longer am I making a statement that I have read a book. No, I am going through it. So therefore, it's like, how do you know you're hungry? Your stomach tells you, doesn't it? When you're hungry, nothing else seems to matter. Suppose I make you do listen to satsang when you're really hungry. Will you pay attention? No. You first have to eat. Fill your belly. And how do you know you're full? Your stomach tells you, doesn't it? Now I don't need any more. It's good. I'm satisfied, contented. That is where we want to be on this journey. Our inner being. That's what it is. So we will enjoy section 194 next week. With this, we conclude our satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat. God bless each of you. Let us do our arti together. And then uh, oh, beautiful. So Mark David is saying, I am there, and Aaron is already invited. So thank you, David. Yogini ji. So seems like you have all our Zoom participants also on Facebook. So that's great. And Aaron ji is saying he will check and he will also accept it. So I don't know if you have sent an invite to them or not, but that would be good. So, God bless all of you. May you all become instruments in guiding others. And, like I said, remember, feel free to create that question and answer session, and all of you become instruments in this, um, and 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 answer questions, and then we will continue to um, guide or do whatever we can to help more. And whatever you need us to do, we would be overjoyed to do it. So, continue. Let's do our arti and then conclude our satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay. जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेशा जय जय आरती सुब्रह्मण्य सुब्रह्मण्य कार्तिकेया जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाला वेणुगोपाला वेणुलोला पाप विदुरा नवनीत चोरा जय जय आरती वेंकटरमणा वेंकटरमणा संकट हरणा सीतारामा राधे श्यामा जय जय आरती गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर सांबा सदा शिव उमा महेश्वर जय जय आरती राजराजेश्वरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाशक्ति जय जय आरती आंजनेया हनुमंता जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेया त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा जय जय आरती शनैश्वराया भास्कराया जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा सद्गुरुनाथा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा सद्गुरुनाथा साई बाबा जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतोऽयम् अग्निः तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ओम शांति 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा मृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्मग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Divine blessings to each one of you. May you be filled with love, light, and happiness. May you continue your journey with faith, love, and with sincere self effort. Hari Om Tat Sat. We will see you on Sunday from Shiva Vishnu Temple. This is Swami Nikhilananda. God bless each of you. And let me know if you have any other questions. Always feel free. But till Sunday, Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. I'll sign off now. Enjoy your weekend. See you soon. Hari Om.